What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a bit since I've uploaded. I've played a few games here and there, but yeah, jumping back into the rank ladder finally. Taking a look at the game on, this is the new map, Carmel. Myself as the deli versus my opponent on the other side is the Malians, Yicepick. I believe at the time of this game, he was low diamond. I'm currently sitting Diamond 2, Diamond 3 at this game as well. Was at Conqueror 1, but I'd lost a couple of games. And our opponent, he's been as high as Conqueror 1 as well. Molly main, it looks like, according to his history. But Carmel get, of course, the smaller gold veins in your base. So 1,600 gold veins instead of 4,000. Got a few deer in your base. And then there's a lot of food out on the edges of the map. We did see his scout in the center. It looks like we're going to kind of go the same way as far as when I'm coming back here. So not a whole lot of sheep yet for me, but we'll see how that works out. Just going with the standard opening for myself. My game plan into this one, a lot of times into Malians, they are probably going to try to get their cow boom. Of course, they're going to go for pit mines. Maybe fast castle. We'll see if he tries to play some feudal and kind of adjust from there. Usually I'll try to go feudal aggression and pressure these pit mines, especially with the gold being so spread out on these smaller gold veins. They can't get as many houses, so that hurts them a little bit, but he does have two gold veins that are pretty close to his base. We'll see how that works out here. All right, we are making our way up, so we're onto wood now. We're going to catch that sheep. Yep, we got it. He's doing okay. He's up to 6. We are at... We're at 7 now. Okay, we're going to catch that one, so we're at 8. And of course with Deli, you can get Pro Scouts for free. There are a lot of... I think a lot of deer that are out. So we got smaller packs of 3, and then... That's a big deer pack. And then we got another one behind our base. Which is, yeah, packs of 10. So if we can try to get those home, keep them pretty safe, that'll be nice. There's only 2 sacred sites on this map. One on the south, one on the north. I did miss that sheep. That's okay. But, yeah, only 2 versus 3 sacred sites, which are on a lot of maps. I think I have, like, Himiyama. I have that map banned right now with Delhi. We'll see. He's got... a lot of his food with the berries down there as well, but it's pretty open, so not real safe. At least this food up here is maybe a little easier to wall off. We'll kind of see how it plays out. Alright, so we're going up at the Dome of the Faith, and he's going to age up with, look like the tower, yep, the Saharan Trade Network tower on his front gold. Try to keep his base a little safe. No bills at the moment. There we go. Alright, so we are going to be looking to drop our stable as soon as we hit age 2 and send a couple Gazis his way, see what we can do from there. Now, what I want to try to do with this too is Malians need a lot of wood, especially if they go for the cow boom. Cow boom, production, getting pastures down, so I'd like to try to harass his wood. I've got kind of a funky spawn on my end where I've just got this huge wood line, and his is probably a little more standard where it's kind of broken up all over. These initial wood lines are probably going to be a little tough to try to raid or slow him down from that, but we'll see what we can do. Of course, we are not aware, I don't think, yeah, we're not aware of that tower landmark coming down just yet. Makes sense against Delhi. Still see the man's quarry a fair bit as well. Alright, so we're up. We got our, going to be adjusting our text that we have coming in. We've got Scholars queued, and then the stable is coming down. Alright, so he's on 14, 7. I think we dropped 7 off at home already too. Yeah, so pretty even on sheep overall. This is where we're going to get the bad news about the tower. But I saved my scout, so crisis averted. So he's going straight into pastures. So pastures before any production from his end. He's dropping a gold mine before the pit mine. He should have enough wood now. That's another thing. He's dropping pit mines and houses all around these, along with the cattle ranches. So yeah, just a lot of wood from them. But I've had a hard time with Delhi, or with Malians. So first Ghazi out, second one coming. We're gonna rally to the backside and just, again, we're gonna try to poke around at this wood and just try to slow him down a little bit, see what we can do. All right, more scholars coming in. Sanctity's on the way in. And we've got 20 sheep, so not too bad. We're seeing no production out of our Malian friend yet. Let's see where we're looking. Yep. Got the archery range down now. Now, the archers are going to be a little more helpful when it comes to trying to kind of pluck them off the wood line. So I want to get them out as well. But I also want to make sure if there are going to be any sofa that show up, then I'm definitely going to need spears. Ghazis do okay, but once the numbers get big enough, the sofa are just kind of scary. So we do scout the barracks. This is good. That's probably a little bit of an overreaction, so slowing him down a bit. Waiting for... should have some archers on the way. There we go. More scholars in queue. Sanctity is getting pretty close to coming in. I could probably go ahead and start to move out now. It might be a little late on that, hitting the sacred sites. Yep, no blacksmith yet. We're pouring that into units first. In hindsight, blacksmith before archers maybe is a good idea too. Here's the Donzo. And here come the archers. Alright, he thinks about shifting, so he's gonna go back. He just has to kind of reposition where he's out of range for archers. That's kind of curious. They can walk through there. Alright, so we have moved out. Again, a little late. We should be on the sacred sites now, but we are making our way over. More scholars in queue. And first blacksmith coming down. I just don't want to lose anything here, because we can heal those. Alright, we're going to pull back and just kind of reassess. We're not really going to be able to get into that wood line and slow that down. Now, the cool thing with Delhi on this map is you generally don't need to mine a lot of stone from your base. So this 1600 gold vein isn't a huge deal. Especially if we can get relics as we move into castle, right? We're going to go ahead and drop a barracks. No stable from his end yet, but in my opinion, and this might just be low elo behavior, but being able to micro these fights when you get a big massive units, I just find it to be a lot easier to have our own spearmen to kind of clash into the front of his Donzos while we take that fight. So I've been trying that a little bit. It seems to work for me. Again, that might just be a skill issue, but I do kind of prefer it. Alright, we should be close to... Yeah, pro scouts are getting close here as well. Second blacksmith coming down. And we're going to start working on scouts soon enough too, to bring in some of these deer. So he's actually moving out of his base. That's not a very big mass. It looks like he is committing to feudal. He's going to go with another barracks. So double barracks, double archery range. And really just needs that to match my 111 production with scholars in there. So we've got a lot of scholars already. We've got 8. And we do have both sacred sites. You can see we're healing up the Ghazi. Alright, we got our first engagement. And he just can't really take that yet with this many archers. Again, I don't want to lose these. Alright, so we're going to pull back. Let's see what he's got going on. No pro scouts from him. We're gonna drop a couple more stables so that we can get our scouts out to bring those deer home. Looks like he's gonna move out to decap, and then he's got 10 units in queue, so he's gonna try to mass up and just bring the fight in feudal. Oh, free units there. What do we have? We have 4 scholars garrison for techs. Alright, we've got everything coming in. I am prioritizing siege engineering. If we can get military superiority here, then we can start dropping rams and get to work on these pit mines in that tower. Alright, there go the scouts. We should have... Yep. We're moving out to the deer. He's picking up his numbers a bit. We still have quite an advantage, but he's got the hard counters, right? The javelins are going to counter archers pretty hard. But we're up to 5 spears. He's at 12 donzos. Again, that'll make for a pretty good meat shield for us. Alright, more scholars coming. I should have... There's 1 scout in my main army. Yeah, let's see, we have some more scouts coming. Idle on TC, not good. We're actually up by 4 vills already, and we haven't killed anything, so that's a good sign. Nope, kind of catches us sleeping here, that's rough. Probably a good fight for me to take, but it caught me off guard, so I just want to kind of pull back and regroup, and I've got units coming as well. Especially as he gets closer to my base, we're going to be able to reinforce a lot faster. Alright, now we're ready to go. Pretty good job by him. I'm trying to backline javelins with my Gazis, but keeps pulling the Donzos back. But you can see we're just whittling down those numbers. We got the archers focused on the wrong thing. But that's going to work out pretty well for us anyway. So we eliminate the front line, and we've got the Gazis on the javelins now. Alright, now we got to pull back. No. Now, another good thing with these spearmen is the javelins don't get bonus damage versus these. And our archers do on the Donzos. So not the best engagement. Definitely could use some work on the micro. And it looks like we've idled the TC a bit as well because he's picked up a couple vills on us. But again, we're just looking to clear this mass, and once we do, that's when we can start thinking about rams. So it's like neither of us really are thinking about castle yet. He's fully committed to the H2 play. He's got 4 fully stocked cattle ranches now. And I apologize, I should have had this on vills per resource already, but kind of see where we're at. I kind of like this move from him, just using the cattle to kind of supplement his military production. Alright, I mentioned not running out of gold in the base, but we're actually going to run out of this gold, it looks like. Alright, we got most of our blacksmith techs in. He's only got the range damage upgrade. I'm going to pull the scholars for the fight. We've still got pretty overwhelming numbers here. So we've got 12 spearmen to his 18 donzos, so not too bad. We need everybody to go. And he's realizing now he got a little out of position. I'm not sure what he expected pushing into my base that far. Maybe he just thought his eco was good enough that he'd have more units. Alright, if we can get everybody else involved. So now we can just heal all these up as well. Alright, a lot of deer under the town center. This is where you got to be a little careful too. I have 29 vills on food that are raking in these deer with survival techniques, so my food's gonna explode here. I won't be surprised if I get a little mismackered. Alright, another engagement. This army's starting to look pretty scary. If you look at the destroyed value, we're actually trading really, really well in these fights. Just having the sheer numbers advantage is playing a big part of that. We're trying to reposition down in the south, get a circle around on the Javs. We still got a lot of Donzos, so they're very low health. I think these scholars are the MVP here. Yeah, so we pretty well cleared the army there. So we're feeling really good about this now. And he's up to, yeah, he's got all, so he can drop one more cattle ranch. Let's take a look. Our food is exploding right now, but we don't have anything on gold, so that's just from the one sacred site. But we're still getting a lot of wood also. He's on the berries, he's on this top gold. Okay, so he cleared the back gold, so he's out here. I haven't spotted that yet, I don't think. Yeah, I haven't scouted that he's out there. But this is where we're going to go ahead and drop rams. I think we are, yeah, we moved super heavy over to wood. And we got some more production down also. So, plenty of production. Plenty of eco. Even as this runs out, there's still a lot of berries over on the other side of the map. Got most of the deer cleaned up. It's actually a lot of berries on these maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outside berry packs, along with a lot of deer. So yeah, ton of food on this map before you gotta really switch into farms, as long as you have the ability to get out there. Okay, so he's got his farms stocked. Am I missing one? There should be a 7th one, right? 3, 6. Okay, so he's up here to protect these villas. And we're just all in at this point. We're not going to castle yet. Looks like he's getting close. But he has no idea we're here. So now we go for it. That's kind of strange placement. If he's thinking about the corral. So we're up to 90 military units right now. It's going to be really, really tough for him to stop this. He did make a switch to Musafati, which is interesting. So they're actually going to trade worse versus the Ghazis. And not that much better against the Spearmen. I don't have any armored units right now. Okay, he's going to try to focus down the Scholars. He's only got 3 Donzos. I should just be absolutely diving this. There's nothing to be scared of with these Ghazis at this point. Alright, pit mine down, tower's going down, and now we're just crashing the base. I'm gonna try to find his vills. Alright, a little bit of a mistake pulling the Ghazis off and leaving the archers over here for dead, but I realized what I'd done, so I'm gonna send the Ghazis back. Oh, and there you go. He aged up behind with the Frimba. So that makes a little sense with the pasture placement. And now we've just got him on the run. I did spot these guys running. I don't know where they're going at this point. Yep, so we got to clean up on this side. It says it is 21 units. Oh, I believe it's the Musafati that are garrisoned here. Yeah, so it's not Bills. Alright, we're on the chase. Still cleaning up deer in our base, and then, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and call it. Not a lot going for him. It's going to be hard to kind of get that under control. Plus, these Rams are just going to take all this out. So, GG to my opponent. Felt good to get back in the winner's circle. I had a couple games banked up that I wanted to post. But they dropped the update a couple days ago, and that erased all the replays to be able to go back and review. But let's take a look at the graphs. Yeah, villager count. I think this is all just idle TC time until this point. Military count. Yeah, he just never really got it off the ground. The one big engagement there, and that's where we dropped the Rams and just moved into GG. Let's look at total resources. It's actually really close up until the end there. I probably, yeah, I think as played, it was fine. Marimba always throws me off too, because some of those units are a little funky to try to deal with. Let's get military. Yeah, KD pretty well in our favor. Plus we just had a lot more units. Pretty good there. Almost no idle time. There you have it. I'm going to be trying to get back on the grind. Summers are busy, so it's hard to get a lot of games in, but try to keep the uploads coming. If you stuck around to the end, feel free to drop a rating. I do appreciate it. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you.